the chair of the Communications and Technology Committee. I want to talk cybersecurity with you today. Numerous school districts all across the Commonwealth have been subjected to cyber attacks, including ransomware demands. Pennsbury and Bucks County, Hanover School District, Pittsburgh's Unified School District, Crawford County's Corey Area School District. Our schools continue to be under attack from bad actors. And just today, when I got up this morning, I read in the Altoona Mirror that the Altoona Area School District acknowledged a massive cybersecurity attack that led to the social security numbers, full names, addresses, telephone numbers, insurance identification numbers of teachers and faculty, all out there on the dark web. They are still trying to assess how extensive that breach is and if it has impacted children as well. As you are well aware, not only are these attacks disruptive, they can be really costly in terms of lost school days, lost data, theft, exposure of personally identifiable information, actual identity theft, and staff time in the recovery from those attacks. So do you believe that your department has responsibility to support our school districts in their efforts to protect against and recover from cybersecurity attacks?
Not just our department, Senator. I think that this has to be a shared endeavor by a number of folks. The concern that we've had all along, even when you saw the infusion of federal dollars, was that this behavior would then be exponentially increased in the state because you have this large infusion of dollars. You know, we've worked with a number of our post-secondary partners as well to elevate the importance of cybersecurity training, to make sure that more individuals are equipped to be able to do that. And I think we need to do more to promote those types of professions as well, because this is not a problem that's going to go away. It's probably one that's going to increase in magnitude. So whatever we can do to partner in that area, I welcome as well.
That would be great. So over the past 2 years, we've seen an increased reliance on technology, learning, using the internet. Do you have any specific examples of support that the department has provided to school districts that they have made that transition over to more online learning?
Sure. Let me look to Deputy Secretary Smith.
Thank you. An important question. So know that after March 13, 2020, our team immediately got started on a roadmap for educational leaders. And a component of that was the structured conditions in the schools. It's how to pivot into a remote learning environment and to try to provide supports in the security for students, how to take attendance and enrollment of students, and how to provide instruction both synchronously and asynchronously from a home environment. So we provided supports to try to support in that regards. Obviously, cybersecurity is one of the biggest concerns that schools have. I think every business has anymore these days. There's so many hackers out there. But certainly, there's a lot of money spent. They engage in a lot of interplay with their intermediate units to help support the cybersecurity of their programs and the use of their networks. So no, that's a piece of it, but certainly we have also provided the supports and resources and materials to support the online learning for our students.
I appreciate that. I was not able to find any entries for providing information technology resources to our schools to defend against and recover from cyber attacks as I perused through your budget. So it would be helpful, I think, to have a better understanding of where the department is providing that and you know, what resources and capability any of those dollars are being used for. I think that would be helpful for us. And you know, student data privacy has always been a topic of concern, right? School districts have a lot of important information about our children, but as they have made this transition more online, I think it's gotten elevated. And so to have a little more information from the department in a follow-up would be very much appreciated. So want to transition over here. Mr. Secretary, in August of 2021, you joined with the Acting Secretary of Health to announce the offer of optional classroom testing for COVID-19 to our schools at no cost. And according to a statement from the Department of Health, the funding would come from $338 million that Pennsylvania received from the CDC to, and I'm going to quote this, detect, diagnose, trace, and monitor COVID-19 and prevent its spread in schools. At the time, you encouraged all K-12 programs to participate in this testing program and said that face-to-face instruction would be dependent on testing as well as vaccination. Your contract with Ginkgo was estimated to cost the state approximately $87 million. Yet, on February 17th of this year, it was reported that nearly 6 months into the school year, only 750 of the state's more than 5,000 charter, public, private schools enrolled as of February 16th. So, and I think about 750 of those, about half were actively testing, and the others were still in the onboarding process. Have you and the Secretary of Health discussed an end date for that program?
We have not discussed an end date for that program with the Secretary of Health to date.
Okay. Well, seeing that that program will not end up costing taxpayers that full $87 million, what are your plans for those unspent funds?
Sure, and I think this is more of a decision in the hands of the Department of Health. They were managing the contract, but we certainly want to circle back and have discussions about what happens next. We haven't put forward any recommendations on what to do with the funding. I know Dr. Smith does work routinely with the Department of Health on some of these efforts. Anything that we could provide in terms of an update?
I really would have to get back to you on that because the grants and the dollars ran through the Department of Health, not through PDE. So we collaborated with them on some of those things, but could answer the specifics on that.
I would appreciate that. I believe of the 11 school districts in the 28th Senate district that I represent, only one school district participated in the program. So that might mean there's a pot of money there that needs to be addressed. So I look forward to that response. Mr. Chairman, if I may, a second round?
Second round.
Thank you.